Question 16. What is the significance of a runway 8,069 feet in length, and why are two different aerodrome symbols used to depict hard surface runways on sectional charts? Answer. For purposes of airport depiction, specialists represent a runway between 7,970 and 8,069 feet in length as 8,000 feet, which equates to a line 0.192 inches in length on the sectional chart scale. In this case, a circular aerodrome symbol is used. If a runway is between 8,070 and 8,169 feet in length, specialists round to 8,100 feet, which equates to a line 0.1944 inches in length on the sectional chart scale. This line is too long to fit into the largest circular aerodrome symbol FAA has available. Therefore, specialists place a line work around the runway pattern, forming a polygon enclosed shape for anything over 8,069 feet in length. Specialists also place these polygons around the runway pattern of aerodromes with multiple runways that are less than 8,069 feet in cases where the multiple runway pattern does not fit into the largest circular aerodrome symbol. Question 17. What is the meaning of RP and RP on VFR charts? Answer. RP is the abbreviation for right pattern followed by the appropriate runway numbers and indicates a right traffic pattern. RP indicates that there are special conditions or restrictions for right traffic, and the pilot should consult the chart supplement for those special instructions and or restrictions. RP does not indicate that there is right pattern traffic for all aircraft at all times. Question 18. What does objectionable stand for on VFR charts? Answer. The type objectionable associated with an airport symbol indicates that an objectionable airspace determination has been made for the airport per FAA Order Jo 7400.2 Section 4 Airport Charting and Publication of Airport Data. Objectionable airspace determinations can be based upon a number of factors, including conflicting traffic patterns with another airport, hazardous runway conditions, or natural or man-made obstacles in close proximity to the landing area. FAA regional airports offices are responsible for airspace determinations. Question 19. How do I add a public or private airport to a chart? 1. With a FAA location identifier. Answer. VFR charts depict airports' hard and soft surface runways. En route charts depict airports having hard surface runways of at least 3,000 foot in length. If your airport meets those criteria, you may contact the local Federal Aviation Administration, Airports District Office or Aeronautical Information Management AJV 21 at 1-866-295-8236 to have your airport charted. The FAA specialist will verify your airport's information and publish a change in the National Flight Data Digest. This change will generate a charting directive to depict your airport on the chart. The FAA will chart your airport as long as it does not cause chart clutter and does not interfere with any existing data that may have a higher safety priority. The FAA makes every effort to adjust chart data to accommodate your airport name and symbol on the chart for the next publication cycle. Question 20. How does FAA develop an instrument flight procedure? Answer. The specialist uses terrain and man-made obstruction data in the development of the airport procedure. The specialist also considers any special design needs requested by the applicable country that meet the specified criteria. Each segment of the procedure is designed and documented. Question 21. What data will be required for FAA to produce these instrument procedure charts? Answer. The charting of instrument flight procedure is restricted to those that have been quality controlled by the FAA. In order to complete these charts, accurate data is required in English by the requesting country. These may include airport, obstacle, communication, fix, special use and terrain data. Question 22. What is the Aeronautical Chart User's Guide? Answer. FAA Aeronautical Chart User's Guide is designed to be used as a teaching aid, reference document, and an introduction to the wealth of information provided on FAA's aeronautical charts and publications. It includes explanations of aeronautical chart terms and symbols, plus a visual depiction of all of the symbols organized by chart type. Question 23. Why is the FAA issuing a separate policy statement on hangar use? Answer. The FAA had received a number of questions from airport sponsors and airport tenants about the possible uses of hangars and about how rigidly the aeronautical use requirements should be applied. In developing the policy statement, the FAA focused on giving discretion to the local airport sponsor and allowing reasonable accommodation of activities that do not impact other aeronautical users and do not create unjustly discriminatory conditions at the airport. Question 24. What aeronautical uses of a hangar does the FAA permit? Answer. Permitted uses include storing active aircraft, sheltering aircraft for maintenance, repair, or refurbishment, but not indefinitely storing non-operational aircraft, constructing amateur-built or kit-built aircraft provided that activities are conducted safely, storing aircraft handling equipment, for example, tow bar, glider tow equipment, workbenches, and tools and materials used to service, maintain, repair or outfit aircraft, items related to ancillary or incidental uses that do not affect the hangar's primary use, storing materials related to an aeronautical activity, for example, balloon and skydiving equipment, office equipment, teaching tools, and materials related to ancillary or incidental uses that do not affect the hangar's primary use, storing non-aeronautical items that do not interfere with the primary aeronautical purpose of the hangar, for example, televisions and furniture, or parking a vehicle at the hangar while the aircraft usually stored in that hangar is flying, subject to local airport rules and regulations. Question 25. Why do we have to this? Answer. The Airport Construction Advisory Council (ACAC) does not intend to add workload but instead to provide a checklist and coordination resources to ensure details are not missed on construction projects. Question 26. Definition of construction: 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. Answer. Construction changes on the airport operating area (AOA) that impact taxiways/runways configurations and make changes to the operation. Routine runway closures and runway maintenance are a normal part of airport operations and are not typically considered runway construction. Runway construction that ACAC would apply resources to are projects that have advanced planning. This type of planned construction has SRM requirements and the ACAC requirements fall within the same consideration. For unplanned events, the checklist tool should be reviewed and used as determined locally. For due diligence in a safety culture, the checklist and best practices review is not required for unplanned short-term events, but it is still encouraged. Question 27. Can you explain the connection between declared distances found in the airport/facility directory and shortened runways? Answer. If the runway is shortened, then expect to see at least one change in the declared distances: accelerate stop distance available, ASTA, landing distance available, LDA, takeoff distance available, TODA, and takeoff runway available, TORA. If a shortened runway closes part of the displaced threshold, the LDA may not change while every other declared distance might change. Barricades across part of the runway ensures the runway safety area (RSA) is further along the runway. The RSA boundary is where the measurements start. Question 28. How does the use of a hangar affect the rent charged? Answer. If a hangar is being used for an aeronautical use, the airport sponsor will generally charge the tenant the airport's standard rate for aeronautical leases, which should recover the airport's costs but which may be less than fair market rent. If the hangar is used for an interim non-aeronautical purpose, the sponsor must charge a fair market rent for the hangar. Please consult the Airport Compliance Handbook for the application of below-market rent for aviation museums and other aviation-related non-profit organizations. Question 29. Do we have to report all construction projects? Answer. Yes. Construction changes on the airport operating area (AOA) that impact taxiways/runways configurations and make changes to the operation must be reported. Question 30. When wouldn't I be required to report construction to the ACAC? Answer. Routine runway closures and runway maintenance are a normal part of airport operations and are not typically considered runway construction.